Hello, Washington football team fans. So excited. This is our first ever home gating presented by Bud Light. And so obviously we're playing on words because right now in this virtual environment, instead of tailgating together, we are home gating apart but together. And we are going to have so much fun, not only in this session, but obviously in less than 1 hour when we kick off our first game of the 2020 season. And I am joined by a super fan, a true burgundy and gold at heart. Hog Farmer Chris Bryant is with us. So thank you so much for being here. Before we even get started, I have to ask you, what is a hog farmer?
So a hog farmer is just a diehard Washington football team fan that loves the team no matter what, home and away. We're going to the games. You'll see us around. We're just here to cheer the team on.
Yes, and I remember last season, especially during tailgates, seeing you, so many people part of your community, and you do a lot in the community as well. So can you talk a little bit about your charitable foundation?
Yeah, we run a nonprofit for childhood pediatric cancer. We help children and their families physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially during their difficult times.
Wonderful. We definitely need that, and we appreciate you and all of your hog farmers out there. So shout out to them. and of course, thank you for being here with us today. Now, obviously, this is new for all of us, right? We're super excited about the football season being here, but things are a little different. We are watching from home, and I see that you're ready to go. You have your Bud Light right there on standby. What is it like for you, and how are you going to be watching the game today?
Well, it's a little different from being at FedEx Field, but I've got my man cave all set up, all decked out in Washington football team gear, ready to go, got my snacks ready, and ready to kick off here shortly to beat these Eagles.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. Definitely beat those Eagles so they are no longer flying. I have to admit, even though I'm very sad to not be at FedEx Field, it is kind of cool in the sense of it being a little more relaxed environment, right? So we're just at home. The food is already here, so it's not as much prep work as we would normally have to do. Has that kind of been a nice change of pace for you at all?
I tell you what, we might be here in our own homes, but they're going to be hearing me screaming from my home all the way at FedEx Field.
I love it. I love it. And so, one thing that we are doing for our home opener is just honoring the men and women that serve us, all of our first responders. So important, especially during this time right now. So I am very honored to bring on a Prince George's County police officer. Sergeant Robinson is here joining us. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, awesome. What's your favorite all-time Washington football team memory?
Well, as I said before, I'm a lifelong Washington football team fan. So when I was a kid, my best memory was when this city was in celebration when Doug Williams became the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl as we routed the Denver Broncos 42-10. I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I can remember the jubilation in the DMV on this feat. Not only did we win this Super Bowl, but the first black quarterback to do it was great, man. And it made me feel good and made me look at Doug Williams as a role model for all the young boys like myself, who was only about 12 or 13 years old at the time, to do such a great job. And that sticks with me till the day I die.
That's awesome. GeNienne had mentioned earlier that the Washington football team will be honoring first responders at the first game against the Eagles. How would you like to see the first responders honored?
You know what? The best thing is that we honor the community that we serve, man. Your thanks enough. Just honor us for this day is the best thing that we can ever take. So we love our community, we service our community, and we just appreciate the Washington football franchise for just giving us just a little bit of gratitude, and we definitely appreciate everything that you guys do. Once again, we love our community and we love the football team. So this is a great thing for all of us public servants.
Yeah, well, all thanks to you, all thanks to everyone, within Prince George's County Police and all first responders. I am a proud Bowie resident for over 20 years. So
All right.
really appreciate you keeping my neighborhood safe and the surrounding neighborhoods and, where we play at FedEx Field. So kudos to you. Thank you again for joining us today. Enjoy the game. I want to hear you as well yelling.
Oh,
Go Washington.
yeah.
Let's beat those Eagles.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here with us today. Now, obviously, everyone is excited for football to start back up. We are just, literally minutes away. I know that our fans are excited to see our guys on the field in action again. One in particular, Chase Young, right, who was the #2 overall draft pick in 2020. And he is a former Ohio State and current Washington football team defensive end. And in recent news, he will be starting. He has captured that starting spot. And of course, adding to our list of Buckeyes that we have on our Washington football team. So let's talk football and Chase Young, of course. And I'm excited to bring on Melissa Wasser, who is the Ohio State University DC Alumni Chapter Vice President. How are you doing, Melissa?
Hey, I'm great, GeNienne. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. So how excited are you to see Chase Young in his debut game?
I am beyond excited. Ever since, everyone at Ohio State has known how great and explosive Chase Young has been, watching him the past 3 years. And so realizing he's going to be in my backyard playing for the Washington football team, I'm so excited to see him this week. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Melissa, what do you think
Hey,
that Chase will bring to the Washington football team?
I think he's going to bring this huge presence to the defense. I think Washington could use just so much improvement on that defense, and he's going to bring it. He is super explosive off the edge. He's so dominant on the defensive line. Hearing he got the starting spot is absolutely a no-brainer because he's just so quick off the ball and is going to be able to just give you so many opportunities to stop those third down conversions. I think Washington's at a huge advantage this year with him on the defense, for sure.
Super excited for Chase Young.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. And obviously, everything that he's done up until this point has led him literally to this moment, to today. How do you feel, OSU prepared him for this big game?
Yeah, I think if you look at Ohio State football, they're an elite collegiate program. They're able to recruit and cultivate top talent. They're able to put a lot into these guys, and it pays off in the numerous awards. Look at Chase Young. He was a unanimous All-American. He was a Heisman finalist as a defensive player, which is very rare. And I think that the ability and the excellence of the coaching staff really elevated his gameplay and gave him the opportunity to show how valuable he's going to be to the Washington football team. He is so strong. He's the predator, and you guys, we're so lucky to be able to have him in Washington on that D-line.
Chase, he's going to fry some birds today.
Yes, he is.
What's your favorite Ohio State or Washington football memory?
So I've only been in the Washington area for 3 years, so I'm a newer Washington football fan. Personally, I was able to attend the 2014 national championship game, which was absolutely incredible on the Ohio State side. I was going to say my favorite Chase Young memory was probably 2 years ago when he ended the game in Happy Valley against Penn State with this devastating tackle. We won 27-26. I was running a game day in DC for the club, and our fans just went wild. So he's just incredible. And you guys have 4 Buckeyes on that roster. I think they're just hungry to get a win and to elevate Washington to be a top competitor this year in the NFL. I'm really excited.
Yes, we are so excited too. Thank you so much for letting us, borrow some of your Buckeyes.
Anytime.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Enjoy, obviously, the football game as we will all be watching. And just really quick before we wrap up today, just want to again thank you, Melissa. Thanks to Sergeant Robinson and the Prince George's County Police Department. And of course, Hog Farmer Chris Bryant. Thank you so much for being my co-host today.
You're welcome.
It's been a lot of fun. And for all of you all watching, thanks so much for joining us for our first ever Homegating episode. This was episode number 1, presented by Bud Light. And hey, let's beat those Eagles.
Woo!
Let's go.
All right, go Washington.
Let's go. See y'all on Sunday.